Hey guys, I'm just jumping on here really fast. As you might have heard, Jon Grudon is no longer the Raiders coach. He had come out of broadcasting. Of course, he had won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers in the early 2000s. And it was the biggest, craziest thing because people kept saying, "When are you going to coach again? When are you going to coach again?" And, I'm sure most of you know the story, but for those that maybe if they don't. But yeah, I mean, it was like, when are you going to coach again? And he had this, QB show on ESPN, and he was, a big deal. He'd won a Super Bowl, and he always declined coming back to coach. And then eventually he got $100 million. I think it was $100 million to coach the Raiders for 10 years or something like that. And he took it, and I think he was probably about 5 years in almost. But these this info had surfaced that he had said, I thought it was racial stuff, racist. And then, not only that, but then he, I guess there was a 7-year period that he had said gay stuff, against them, and I assume some racist stuff is what it was about. To use the word that I was like, what does that mean? But yeah, I mean, he's out, and he's obviously they're going to have to figure out who their coach is. But really, Jon Grudon, his brother's Jay, who used to coach the Redskins. But, really, I don't know. He was slowly getting that team to be good. Derek Carr and that team themselves are pretty damn good. I don't know what's going to happen here without a head coach. They probably have an interim idea, or something. But yeah, it is pretty crazy. You're not really expecting. I mean, if you were to ask me before the season started if I thought that would happen, I'd be like, no. Because usually when people are like that, and that's truly how they are, then, usually there's more of a pattern. People know it a lot faster. Maybe not in every case. Apparently Gruden was really good at hiding things. But, it is crazy. And, I don't know what the Raiders are going to do. And maybe this is hope for the Broncos because, the Broncos were about to maybe get last place in that division. Well, actually the Chiefs are 1-3, I think. So, I mean, I know it's still not super likely that they'll get last place in that division, but that defense is not looking too good. That offense needs to figure out some stuff. So, maybe it's a little premature, but this might mean that Denver has somewhat of a chance to get number 2 in that division if they didn't have a chance before. But yeah, I mean that's pretty crazy though. And I gotta think that his career as a broadcaster is also injured and hindered because of this. Because we've seen it with that lady on HGTV or Food Network, Paula, whatever her name is. I don't think her career ever recovered once she said some racist stuff, and so it's a big problem. If you want to keep your career going, you watch what you say, and more ideally, she should have never been racist. And same with Jon Grudon, and it's just when you're that high up in a position, like, and the whole world is watching, like, they're gonna judge you even harder, So yeah, I mean, it is crazy, and Jon Grudon, I'd say he learned his lesson, but I think it's too late. I think his career and everything is gonna go bad from here on out. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to jump on and kind of discuss that because it's not really the day that we're doing a podcast, but thought I'd just do a little tiny podcast. Let me look up and see, since I'm here, what the score was last night. Let me see here. All right, so Baltimore Ravens beat the Colts 25-31. Let's see, Ravens streak of 100-yard rushing games ends at 43 versus Colts, tied with 1974-77 Steelers for all-time record. Dang, dude, that sucks. So the Ravens had an overtime win. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Ravens Lamar Jackson set a whole bunch of records in his monster game against the Colts. Down 19 points, QB Lamar Jackson rallies Baltimore Ravens to epic comeback win over the Indianapolis Colts. Wow, that sounds like it was a pretty good game. It really does. But yeah, I mean, so that was Monday Night Football. Obviously, Thursday night will be coming up in a couple days. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot of thoughts while I'm on here. I saw, Denver lost, which I really wasn't expecting. That's why this Raiders news is probably even better news for the Broncos. But, yeah, I mean, I do feel bad for the Raiders. Like, you're having the best year you've had in years, and then you're having to figure out your coach situation now. So, I mean, it is a problem, but I guess they'll have to figure that out, and, it's a really tough division, so, and it's just starting to get tough, so maybe right now is the time if you were going to move on from the coach. But, it's just crazy. I don't think anybody really expected all that to come up in the news lately, and maybe it did because Grudon's having success right now, and someone didn't like him and leaked some info, but still, I mean, wrong is wrong. He should have never been doing any of that anyway, and once that gets out, like, yeah, I mean, your career in everything is ruined, so it'll be interesting to see kind of where, what happens with him if he gets a second chance or what, but I don't think there's going to be a second chance. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening, and this has been Sports, Video Games, and More. Check out the YouTube channel. Write into sportsvideogamesandnonsense@gmail.com to be part of the show or any questions. Thank you, everybody, for listening.